I'm Roger Fredericks, and today I want to talk about the role of the hamstrings in the golf swing. Hamstring function is crucial. Here's why. There's 3 hamstrings in the back of our legs here. They attach on from the knee up around there, and they wrap around a little ring around the pelvis, okay? In the golf swing, when we bend over, we're actually contracting somewhat the hamstring there. As we go into our backswing, as the quadriceps contract, these hamstrings are actually expanding here. So in order to load our hip and get a good weight transfer and rotation of our shoulders, we want that hamstring to be secure and stabilizing that hip. But if your hamstring is tight, we'll often see something like this. We'll see a lifting or a straightening of the leg, and that almost invariably will flatten the shoulders out, unloading the whole process there. So I want to test you to see exactly where your hamstring is. Here's how you can do it. I want you to get up off your couch there, take a chair, and I want you to put your right foot forward and bring your left knee flush up against your right heel. Get your toe on the ground there with the heel up. Now simply just stand up and lock these legs. They don't have to be rigid, but just whatever you do, don't keep them bent. Now from here, keeping the legs straight, just simply start walking down until you can get your fingers on the ground. Now, if you can get your fingers somewhere down around there, you have functional hamstrings and nothing to worry about. However, I would say maybe 70% of all the people I test maybe get somewhere down in here. If that's you, you have some hamstring trouble. If you get down about in here, you got maybe not quite as bit of trouble. But one way you can start really increasing your hamstrings is simply doing this stretch. When you get in here, I want you to just breathe, try to get fat. In other words, let your abdomen expand when you inhale. So I'm getting fat, and I'm going to exhale out through the mouth. You notice as I exhale, I go down even more. Most people will cheat when they do that, especially when they see me get down there, and they'll try to bend their knee too much in order to get lower. Not good. Keep that leg straight and simply breathe, and keep the legs of the chair there as your guide. Now then obviously repeat and do the other side. That will help you establish some good hamstring function. Now that's a passive way. I want to show you an active way to stretch that hamstring, which will also give you some great results. So another great way to work the hamstring is an active stretch. Get a rope or a strap, and I want you to get a table. You can do this right on the floor or even on your bed. Take the rope and put it right against the arch of your foot. Now just lie back, bring the leg up, and I want you to keep the leg straight. Don't bend it, okay? Now from here, just let the leg come back to you and exhale out. We're breathing differently this time. Instead of breathing in and out, we're breathing out and in, and let it go. Only hold the stretch for 1 to 2 seconds. I'll do it again and climb up the rope. And inhale again. You notice I go a little bit further all the time. I'm not doing that intentionally. The oxygen getting down into the nerve spindles is actually relaxing the leg. So you notice it's the oxygen that's getting down into the nerve spindles that's allowing the leg to go further every time. I'm certainly not forcing the stretch. If I force the stretch, what am I doing? I'm holding my breath. That's exactly what we don't want to happen. The breathing will get you flexible, not the force of the stretch, okay? Then repeat. I recommend you do maybe about 5 or 8 repetitions each side. If you're really inflexible, do 10 or 15. Eventually, good news is the more flexibility you attain, the more you can then maintain. You don't have to do as much. So do the hamstring stretches, and I guarantee if you maintain good flexibility with your hamstrings, you'll be able to maintain a good solid base of your lower body. However, if you don't, I'm going to warn you now, you can be working on your upper body swing mechanics and positions and planes and all that kind of stuff, and it will go for naught. Because if you don't have a good solid base in golf or any other sport, this stuff is just going to react to that and not be any good whatsoever. One last thing, I'm going to emphasize this big time. I just showed you a couple great ways to work the hamstrings, but if you really want to maintain the hamstrings, you can't just stretch the hamstrings. That's only part of the equation. You must work and stretch the quadriceps on the other side, the inner thigh, the adductors, the outer thighs, the abductors, the hip flexor, and the glute. You work all these 6 major muscle groups, and that's how you get superb flexibility. Thank you.